Sup, yeah, Joe, the Black Gold. Alright, so as an editor that I guess knows my boundaries or capabilities or whatever you want to call it, I think for the most part, people that watch YouTube or have been on YouTube long enough know that for the most part, most YouTube almost promotes more longer content, right? That I know of currently, most people they try to aim for a 10-minute video, right? I guess 10 minutes is almost like that magical number where it's like, okay, that's a proper watch time or whatever, and this and that. Me personally, I don't care about that shit. If you watch my shit, you know, for the most part, my videos are usually around the 5-minute mark, right? I'm actually happy with that. What I care more about my videos that honestly, rather than watch time, is more engagement, right? You watch the videos and you leave a comment and then I can respond to you, or you guys give me, or by you leaving a comment, it gives me an idea what kind of content to make next because I'm responding to that comment, and you know, just it goes on like that, right? So this is what I'm aiming for, is more engagement, right? But the thing is that I want to bring up is that as an editor for someone like Paul and for my own videos, editing a 10-minute video, at least for me, is kind of like my limit for getting a video done in one day for the overall, I guess, quality of the video that I can deliver with Paul's channel, right? Tech News is basically the best example that I can give, is because it's like the one video that Paul does that's more, I guess, consistent in the sense of like having a schedule and upload time, and you know, there's like an overall like theme that the channel, that video has, that we go for, right? That we strive for. You know, like the comedy, the way how we deliver stuff, like my editing style through that video, right? So those videos, like that's a good example that like when it comes to like time and length, 10 minutes is definitely like the limit for me on getting a video done in that quality. Other tech news videos where like Paul, he like puts in a lot of news, and then like the video went up to close to like 20 minutes, right? And that video took me a whole day, literally from like 6 in the morning till like almost midnight to like deliver it. I'm not exaggerating. And I actually told Paul, I'm like, dude, for these videos, please keep it at 10 minutes, you know, or less if possible. Because like for like the amount of editing they put into those videos, say tech news, you know, adding all the visuals and shit like that, yeah, it's 10 minutes is like my limit, right? There are times where like videos extend to the 10-minute mark, which is like 20 minutes, right? Depending, say like a tutorial or a build video. Now those videos, that's where I tend to not necessarily reduce the quality. It's more like I reduce the additional stuff that I'll add to a video, right? In the sense of like any animations, visuals, or stuff like that, because I don't have the time to add that much visual content, say like I do with tech news on a 20-minute video, right? So, alright, so I got two timelines. One timeline, this is tech news, and this is a Q&A video that he just did, right? Now let me just maximize this, probably easier. Now for the Q&A video they did, you know, and it's like Q&A in mail time. This is up to like almost like what, 24 minutes in length, right? Now if you kind of see it, there's a lot of cuts, but like really it's not that much, right? Layer 1 is basically just as the main camera, right? With him talking towards the camera. Layer 2 is more of a screen capture when he's, you know, well, just that screen, you know, recording something off like the screen, right? If he's talking about a, I don't know, question, or he needs to look up something or whatever. This layer here on number 3, it's just an adjustment layer. When I do like the punch in or punch out, you know, filter, that's about it. And then like these guys over here, like the rest of the layers, they're just like I add like an animation when there's a question, you know, I get this going on, right? It's not that much really in a sense of like content, right? Like adding into this timeline. These guys here, these type of little layers, they're mainly all just like I said, like the questions, an adjustment layer, screen capture, and then cam A, right? Now if we go over to tech news, right? It's a bit different. It's almost similar, but the main difference is this. We have like the main camera that's always on, you know, video layer 1, the screen capture that's usually always on video layer 2. And again, my adjustment layer, you know, when I use like the punch in, punch out, or any tint or other filters that you add to the footage, the main footage. And then all the stuff here is basically, you know, like screen caps, animations, any visuals that I add and stuff like that. Now, the main difference between this timeline and this timeline, as you can see here, like the top layer, that's where like most of my work is added. I mean, the rest of the like the first 2 layers, that's all footage, right? Most of the work is usually in the top layers after like the second layer. So in other words, these bottom layers, 1 and 2, that's pretty much the footage, right? Everything else on top of that, that's mainly stuff that I add to enhance like the visuals, the video, right? So you can see here in this 20-minute video, I just have the adjustment layer, which is like I said, it's just like the punch in and punch out. Then like, Paul gets to a question and I just show that, using like just like at the background and then like a little screen capture of the question itself. Now with tech news, you can see here all this little cuts and stuff, that's a lot of like the animations and visuals and screen capture I get off like the internet videos, or if I do any kinds of like other visual stuff that I add. This is all like the extra work that I do, right? With tech news, you can see here, there's like a lot of individual clips. Even though they're all kind of like the same color, they are, for the most part, they're all different, right? They're not the same thing. It's like screen caps of information, little like information here in the corner. Like, I don't know, just some kind of like an image I add. More images, some like, a meme with some other image, more comments in the background, more comments in the background, image, that I got off the internet, some other information. So yeah, all these are different, right? So the thing is that like for a 10-minute video, to me to spend the time to like add all this, 10 minutes is like the max if I want to get a video done in a day, right? And that's the main thing. Doing anything past the 10-minute mark for these types of videos for tech news, it becomes very stressful when it's too much, right? So, and I actually had a talk with Paul that like, please keep these videos at 10-minute mark, because like for the amount of time that these guys take, 10 minutes is like the max for me, right? Anything past that, once you get into like the 15 to 20-minute mark, I can get it done, but it just completely eats up my day, and then I get stressed out, and like, towards the end of the video, it's like I tend to like speed it up, right? Because I just run out of time, and like I don't want to do that. I want to make sure I get the video done in a manner that's enjoyable for both the viewer and me, and be to Paul's like liking, right? Now with like these videos that are 20 minutes or so, for the most part of these videos, if you watch them, you can tell like the big difference between that and like Paul's tech news. It's mainly just strictly his footage, right? I don't add anything else, no visuals, no charts, none of that stuff, because for the most part I try to get these videos done in a day, right? And like, yeah, these videos, like, even though it's just like mainly the footage, but they still require a lot of time, because I have to go through everything, cut out any silences or mistakes that he makes and stuff like that. The original footage for this video, it was like almost like 2 hours or so. So I have to like sit here and go through 2 hours of footage. So that right there's 2 hours. And then like I have spent like another 2 hours editing everything, doing a rough cut, and then like going through it again. So like, going over footage that's long, obviously it adds time to your edit time, right? And like, yeah, for the most part with these videos are just like builds or just Q&As. I don't do much visual work like I do with tech news, because it just take too much fucking time, right? I don't know, just something I wanted to share. You as a content creator, and I'll use myself for an example. Yeah, that 5-minute mark I think is just right for me, right? I can just sit here and talk, do something quick, and then like I edit down. The amount of time and effort that goes into those 5 minutes is very minimal, and it's just pleasant for me to like just fly right through my videos when I edit and I upload them and create a thumbnail. That's it, right? Because like I know how much time these videos can fucking take when you do put in the right amount of time, right? And like I said, I'd rather take all that time and effort into pause videos. With me, it's more of a just like a easy breezy peasy whatever fun video to make. So 5-minute videos for me is just great, But yeah, for Paul, since it's not necessarily he's aiming for 10 minutes to do the algorithm thing, but like content wise, and like after doing this for so long, like he knows how to write a script where it does feel like the right amount of time to get his information across and to be like the right length, right? 10 minutes, it just feels right. I'll put it that way. Yeah, videos can be as long as they need to be depending on the content itself, right? But for me to get a video done in one day and get it done well, like say like tech news, make sure I do all the animations and all the cool stuff or whatever, 10 minutes for me is like the max for me to get it done comfortably. When I say comfortably, I mean like, yeah, not stressing out that I'm running out of time, right? So yeah, 10-minute marks is something that I definitely told Paul, please keep tech news for 10 minutes, right? All the other shit, if videos tend to be like, say, past the 10-minute mark, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, even 40 minutes, some videos can be pretty long, especially like major build videos, right? Yeah, those videos can take me up to can take me more than a day or two to edit. And like usually for those videos, again, if I need to add any like visual information like charts or shit like that for a 40-minute video, yeah, I could definitely add another day just to do like the titles and animations and charts or whatever else I may need for a 40-minute video. So after a while of you doing this, making your videos, you kind of have an idea how long a minute, how much work a minute can go into a video. Because yeah, that's a lot of work, as you can imagine. But anyways, I'm gonna end the video here. That's all I have to say. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with me for a bit. Hope you found this interesting. Peace.